Hello, everyone. I'm trying to make sure this is working. I've had some technical difficulties this morning. All right, let's do it. Hello, everyone. Of course, my dog is going to start barking. Let's see. Oh, my Lord. Look at this little thing. She is rough. Okay, you guys, let me get started. We're going to be talking about your rights in birth. And I am multitasking, of course. And this little thing right here, this little mop head is barking. So sorry. Okay. Hi, Suba. How are you? Hello. Let me start recording for the podcast. And I'm going to get rid of the dog. Okay. I swear it never fails. No sound. Weird. Okay, let's see what is happening. Dana, can you hear me? Subra? Let's make sure. I'm seeing that the sound is working. Someone give me a thumbs up. Let me know if sound is working. Okay, someone can hear me. Okay, so maybe log off and log back on. That might be the best bet. Okay, Suba can hear me. Everyone can hear me. Let me see who is over here on YouTube. Hello, hello. Okay, so this is one of my most favorite topics. And we're going to be talking about your rights during labor, but this really also applies to during your pregnancy, during your motherhood journey at the pediatrician's office. It applies to all of it. And this is going to be about a 15-minute topic. So stick around, okay? Thank you, year 951, for telling me you can hear. If you're joining me, tell me how far along you are, what number baby. Tell me anything fun. Hi from the Philippines. I went to the Philippines with Grayson when he was a baby. So I love it. Okay, so we're going to talk about this because so many women do not realize the full scope of their rights during labor. And it's just insanity to me because you guys have so much you have so much power that you don't fully utilize. And so understanding your rights during labor can lead to a more confident, empowered birth. Yay, someone's here learning from the future. Hi, Miss Jenny. 36 weeks. It's time for your labor bat signal, girl. So, for those of you guys who are here and you want to dive deeper, comment the word fearless and you can come to my 5 free mini birth classes during my fearless birth experience where I go unhinged, buck wild, sharing what I love, which is birth and birth education. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about, let me flip these slides. Moving you guys over here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your right to informed consent and refusal. And for my postpartum moms who are listening in, I want you to know that this works for you as well, not just during birth. I am so passionate about women understanding how powerful their voice is. And I love that Yogan Cherry just shared it with a friend. You get brownie points. You guys share this live because this is so important. The time for women to just sit quietly and be meek and be told what to do is over. We're saying no more to that because you have a right. And informed consent is so much more than than what maybe you've been led to believe, right? It's more than just, "Oh, here's what we're gonna do, and we're going to do it now. Okay, lay down, let us do it." Informed consent, thank you, April. Informed consent is so much more, and it's a critical part of your care, specifically during labor, childbirth, and your baby's pediatrician visits. It means that you, as the patient and as the mother, have a right to be fully informed. Fully informed. That means you're not left wondering. You're not still confused and like, "Oh, okay, well, they're saying that it's best, so, I should just go ahead and do it." No, it means you've been fully informed about any medical intervention, any procedure, any treatment. And then you are allowed to make a voluntary decision about whether or not you say yes or no, accepting or declining. The information given to you should be clear. It should be complete, thorough information, not left wanting. It should include why your provider, why your nurse, why the doctor, why the midwife is recommending what they're recommending, what it involves if they do it. Here's the kicker, you guys. It should involve the risks and the benefits. And then they need to cover any alternatives, including the option of doing nothing, just waiting. And understanding, like, it's so important that you fully understand what information is being given. And if you have to ask 5 million questions, girl, ask 5 million questions, because you have a right to ask your doctor, ask your nurse, your care provider to explain all the things until they make all the sense to you. Okay, I got to grab the puppy again. Come on in. This is the most demanding 4 pounds of nothing I ever met. Okay, so again, you have a right to ask for a thorough explanation. And here is the most important part of informed informed decision. The most important part is that once you have all the information, you get to accept or decline, and it must be your choice. Okay, listen to me, and I'm going to put this in the chat, free of any pressure, or coercion, gaslighting, subtle threats, because it is your body. And I want you guys to comment to me right now. It is my body. Comment down below. It's my body. I want to see it, okay? Comment to me, it is my body. My body, my baby. I want to see that in your chat. My body, my baby. Yes, my body, my baby. Yes, yes. Spice Gal, Esme, Labor Nurse Mama, Keep Pretty, yes. My body, Deb. I love it. Oh my gosh, you guys, yes, this is so powerful. Informed consent is key when it comes to all the things we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about IVs, we're going to talk about cervical exams, we're going to talk about pushing, and we're going to talk about your environment. So the very first thing we said was you have a right to consent or to refuse, correct? And you guys are all in agreement with me. I had a student who, during her pregnancy, was discussing her birth plan with her provider, and her provider was basically telling her she had no choice in those things. And so she said, "See ya." And she ended up having the most beautiful delivery with a provider that respected her. So, here are a few common interventions that people think are, are ones that they can't refuse, but they are. You're allowed, okay? So, and I'm going to tell you this. This is the most important thing that I'm going to say to you guys is here you go. You can't I'm going to type it in the chat so you can write it down. You can refuse anything you want, okay? But should you? All right? And the way that you answer that question is by being educated and understanding the rationale, the necessity of each of these interventions. Because if you don't understand when and why it's appropriate, you're going to find yourself frozen and not able to make a decision. And you're going to let everybody else make all the decisions for you, which is why I say all the time, if you don't know your options, you don't have any. So remember, I'm teaching 5 free mini birth classes September 16th to the 20th. All you have to do to join is reply or comment on this live, fearless, or go to labornursemama.com/fearless to join. So the first one we're going to talk about, and we're just going to go over these briefly because the same thing remains for everything. You can refuse anything, but should you? You have to know when it's appropriate and when it's not appropriate or it's being used out of convenience for someone other than you. If you want an intervention and it's convenient for you, more power to you. That is also your right. So when we talk about IV fluids, I see you, Aspen. I can't wait to meet you during Fearless Birth Experience. I'm super stoked. Okay, IV fluids. Do you have to have IV fluids? They are 100% standard of care. Yay, Veronica. She just joined. All right, 100% standard care. But are they always necessary? For a low risk mom, a low risk baby, no, they're not. Here's the truth about it. And they will tell you, well, you have to have one just in case. No, we are not doing stuff. I almost swore. I can't swear. We are not doing stuff just in case, people. We are doing stuff based on your situation. So if you are a low risk pregnancy, you do not have to have an IV. Your nurse, if you have to have, if you have an emergency, your nurse can put one in quickly or someone else can. We do it all the time when someone comes in an emergent situation. We get an IV in really quick. So if you're not high risk, you don't need one. If you are high risk, you may be able to have what we call a HEP lock, where we're not running fluids, but we have it there. The next one that's really common, everyone asks me about, is I'm not allowed to eat during labor. Most hospitals will restrict your eating, but the evidence shows that eating is safe for most women. Again, this also will depend on your risk level, but for most of you, it's absolutely okay to eat. And I always tell my patients, like, what I don't know won't kill me, right? The next one would be pushing on your back. You have the right to choose alternative pushing positions that are more effective and comfortable for you. You do not have to have your legs up in the stirrups. Jenny said she's going to be at Fearless Birth unless she's in labor. I'm not sure which to hope for, Jenny. You have the freedom to move. Staying in bed is a lot of times is suggested because it's convenient for the staff. Like maybe your nurse can't keep the baby on the monitor. It's not about her. She can chase the baby if you have to be on the monitor, which is another one that you have a right that you may not need the monitor on 24/7. You could do intermittent or a wireless. The other big one is cervical exams. When, they used to be done every 2 hours, and God help us all and all of our vaginas, but several hospitals still do them every 2 hours, and it's ridiculous. Congratulations, Erica, 24 weeks. I hope you come to Fearless Birth Experience. Make sure you reply the word fearless or go to labornursemama.com labor.com/fearless. If you're watching from YouTube or TikTok or Facebook, make sure you go to labornursemama.com/fearless and get signed up for free. You're going to get an amazing workbook. And then we also have an option you can upgrade to our VIP Momentum, not Momentum, Momentum. And you're going to get all 5 workshop recordings. You're going to get my birth plan workshop and my visual birth plan. You're going to get so much stuff. Oh, Veronica, no, girl, let me teach you. I can help you with that. I can totally help with that. Here's the thing. Cervical exams are really kind of stupid in my opinion. They're only really needed if you're being induced and we need to titrate the medication, or you come in, we're not sure you're in labor and we need to check to see if you're in labor, because the real, proof of labor is your cervix is changing, not just dilation, but in all different ways. But you can refuse them altogether. You can also limit the number of exams. And I'm going to talk more about that. And I talk more about that inside my private community. Okay, so check in with you guys. I want you guys to know, do you know what your rights are in terms of interventions? Have you even thought about informed consent and what role it plays in your birth? And then also, are you prepared to say yes or no based on knowing what is right for you and your baby? If you're not, you need to jump into my birth classes. And you guys can join my classes by commenting class or going to labornursemama.com/the word calm, CALM. Okay. The next thing, you have a right to choose who's in your birth room. And this goes all the way from your mother-in-law to your labor nurse. One of the things I do inside my birth classes is I teach my students how to navigate this, because it can be very uncomfortable to fire your labor nurse. It can be very uncomfortable to fire your provider. But the truth of the matter is, during your labor, if you are being bullied, if you're not being supported, if you're being talked down to or gaslit or any of those things, you have a right to say enough. No, go out of my room. You have a right to fire your doctor and your nurse. And I teach you guys how to do that the right way. You want to maintain, common courtesies, but your birth team should be supporting your decisions. Oops, I didn't change the slide. Your birth team should be supporting you, supporting your decisions, respecting your birth plan, respecting you as a person, respecting you as the birth queen that you are. I want you guys, you've already said my body, my baby. Now I want you to say, I am a birth queen. I want you to claim that right now. Did you know that having the right support team in your labor room can reduce the likelihood of a C-section by 25%? I had, and this goes all the way down to your partner being educated as fully as you. This is why if you join my birth classes, I give you my birth coach class for free, because I want your partner to be able to support you fully, to understand your why, to understand the reasoning, to know the interventions, and to know how to support you best. Because during labor, your main job is to labor, not to fight. So I want you guys to ask these questions to yourself, and you guys can come back and watch this and write your questions down. But have you chosen a team that fully supports you? And does your team understand your birth plan? And I'm going to type this in the chat too. Does your team understand your birth plan so that they can support you in the delivery room? I sure hope so. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is and we've talked about some of them, but your right to decline or to accept routine procedures. Just because they're routine for the hospital does not mean that you have to say yes to them. This is like I teach my students when they get to the hospital, you do not have to lay down in the bed. They can do your assessment, they can do your interview questions all while you're standing. There might be a few seconds, few minutes that you might need to lay down for them, but other than that, you can stand up. And I have some of my students who never even get into the bed. You have to be educated. You have to understand the procedures. You have to understand what's necessary and when you can opt for alternatives or flat out say no. I had my student Liz, who, if you guys have heard her birth story, she never once got in the hospital bed, not once, with her last 2 babies. So, are you confident in discussing these things? Are you confident in saying no? Are you confident in your rights and having the birth that aligns with your preferences, because yours are the most important. I don't care what degree someone else has. Okay, another thing that we need to talk about is your right to a comfortable birth environment. You have the right to create a birth environment that makes you feel safe, calm, and empowered. And we talked about this the other day or a couple weeks ago, that when you feel safe and you feel calm, and we're going to talk about this on class 1 during Fearless Birth Experience and how it works with your body and your incredible endorphins and hormones to help your labor go faster and smoother. From dimming the lights to using essential oils, all of that can shape your labor experience dramatically and reduce your stress. When you do that, when you create the environment that makes you feel calm and safe, and what makes, Veronica feel calm and safe may not be the same as Erica or Jenny or Aspen. But it's important for you that you create the environment that makes you feel safe, which is also going to empower you to speak up, to be bold, and to labor like the queen that you are. So, when we're talking about all of this, this is something I go into really hardcore during Fearless Birth Experience. 100% want you guys to come. Right now, comment fearless or go to labornursemama.com/fearless to register. And you guys can get registered and you guys can come every day. We'll have a mini little birth class every evening. If you think you can't make it live, then you need to upgrade to the Momentum, the VIP Momentum, which is $27, which is insanity. And you'll be able to really begin the journey of being more ready, feeling more empowered, and understanding how your voice is the most powerful voice in the labor room. And I want to leave you with that. You have so many rights because you are the birth queen. You have so many rights because your voice is the most important in your birth. Give me some like hands up or something that you guys are tracking with me. Give me something here. Let me see. Oh, I love it. Jenny said the 5 mini classes are great. Being a VIP is amazing. And what made me decide to purchase the class 2 years ago? And now she's having her second baby with us. Thank you, Veronica. Yay. I love it when you guys are like giving me some feedback. All right, you guys, I love y'all so much. You have an amazing weekend. I am going to hang out with you guys at Fearless Birth. I can't wait. Look what Angie said. She said, woo, Trish, loved your FBE. Oh, Angelique, I miss you. I miss you. Where have you been? Why have I not seen your face in a minute? Okay, you guys, Angelique and Jenny, I'll see you guys on the inside. I am so, if you guys are not inside of our private community, you are so missing out. We have the most incredible membership in the whole world. And it's not just pregnancy, it's not just postpartum, it's you as a woman reclaiming your identity as a woman after baby, after pregnancy. And it's $19 a month. It includes like Sunday night, they're doing a craft night. We have a mindset coach to help you break cycle patterns and generational trauma. We have weekly hangouts for the pregnant mamas, weekly hangouts for the postpartum mamas. We have a VBAC hangout, which is Monday. So if you not join my classes, comment class and come hang out. And yes, Jenny said the laughs, the family, and the friendship. It's so true. Yes, in the postpartum chat all the time. You guys, I can't keep up with your postpartum chat. You guys are insanity. I'm taking a picture of this because I love it so much. Yes. Yeah, comment class, you guys. Join our classes. You'll get 30 days free inside the membership, and you will have a family at your side. A mom of 7, 16 years of labor and delivery. Hi, Taylor. And so much love and support. Okay, you guys, I am hopping off. Have an amazing day. I will see you guys later. Let me end it.